Hello and welcome to a new topic. What is critical essay? In this lesson, we will talk about meaning of critical essay, definition of critical essay, evolution, examples, and functions of critical essay. So let's talk about first, that is meaning of critical essay. So we have divided the whole concept into three different words, that is to say critical essay and critical essay. So let's first talk about critical. What does it mean? The word critical refers to a way of thinking that contains careful and analytical evaluation. So critical means your way of evaluating something critically, logically, scientifically, without having any sort of subjectivity. And then we have the word essay, comes from the word SES, which means an attempt towards elucidation of the subject. An attempt, that is to say, a sort of effort you make to explain the subject matter, or that is how we explain things in the essay. And to put together, the critical essay refers to an essay that elucidates and evaluates a literary piece critically. So this is about meaning of critical essay. Now we continue. Definition of critical essay. What is the definition? Let's talk about it. A type of essay that analyzes an existing piece of work objectively. So objectivity is the most important criterion in this type of essay. A type of essay that determines author's purpose in writing a piece with backed up evidence. So when you write a critical essay, or the entire definition of critical essay is that it must prove with backed up evidence whatever point of view you have. We have the next. A type of essay that revolves around major themes of a literary piece. We continue our discussion, that is to say, evolution of critical essay. How did critical essay start historically? Critical essays in English started with Samuel Johnson. That's all. We have some more ideas. It was, however, Matthew Arnold who laid down the canons of literary critical essays. We have some more ideas. That is to say, Matthew Arnold. He claimed that critical essays should be interpretative and that there should not be any bias or sympathy in criticism. So Matthew Arnold, he put his own way of explaining what are the things should be included in critical essays, and the first thing he pointed out is that critical essays must be interpretative. It must interpret. It must explain things without any sort of involvement of your own feeling and bias or any sort of sympathy with the subject matter. You should be neutral. You should look at the piece as it is, rather that as it should be. That is the idea here. We continue our discussion. That is examples of critical essay. Let's see. On the Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth by Thomas De Quincey is one of the best examples of critical essay. This essay, that is to say, On the Knocking at the Gate in Macbeth, the essay is about his criticism of Macbeth, a play by William Shakespeare. This essay critically sheds light on Macbeth and Lady Macbeth and their thinking. We have another example, a critical essay on Hemingway's The Sun Also Rises by Richard Nordquist. And what is this all about? The essay analyzes all the characters of the novel critically in an interpretative way. Now we move on to the next item. That is to say, functions of critical essay. And what are the functions? Let's talk. A critical essay intends to convey specific meanings of a literary text to a specific audience. So, critical essay is not intended for all sorts of audience. We have a specific sort of audience, and we have the specific text upon which we are writing essay critically. This specific audience is knowledgeable people, scholarly people. They are academic people. They already have a lot of knowledge about literature and its background. A critical essay aims at the merits and demerits of the literary texts. And the most important purpose or function behind critical essay is that it talks about the merits, advantages, the good side of a literary text, or demerits of the literary text. That is to say, in what way that literary piece failed to impress the people, influence the people. That is the idea. We have some more ideas about functions of critical essay. It also makes an intellectual attempt to put different shades and nuances of critical meanings to the text. So critical essay adds a lot of new meanings to the text. In fact, it enlightens the text. sometimes there is a text which is very abstract, which is not understandable to the common reader. The meaning is very difficult to derive. So critical essay dives into all those hidden shades of meaning and brings out the idea to the reader in a very critical manner, objective. That is the idea. We have the next. The major function of a critical literary essay is to convince people to appreciate a literary text for reasons are good in the essay. So critical essay has also a very fundamental function, that is to say, to convince people, to influence people, to motivate people to appreciate a literary text. Because critical essay is a sort of mirror to the text, to the literary piece, for the readers, for the audience, for the people. Sometimes there is a text which is not very easy to understand. So the critical essay helps us to look at that text objectively, logically, and it really helps us to appreciate what the refinement, what the beauty of literary text is all about. That is the idea. And hope you understand the concept. Thank you and goodbye.